So welcome again for this third session on a short course called iTax, on iTax short course. This is our third session. We are still on filing of individual returns. We are still on filing of individual returns. We are still on filing of individual returns. And today we are still demonstrating the various aspects of individual return. We are demonstrating the various aspects of filing individual returns from the angle of somebody who has mortgage, somebody who has insurance relief, somebody who has NHIF relief, somebody who has all those deductions that are made against what? That are made against the taxable, that are made against the taxable income, that are made against the taxable income of an individual. So if I have income, if I have employment income, I'll use this first option called file return. I'll click on it. When I click on it, then next I'll select the tax obligation, which is income tax resident. Then I'll click next. Then, of course, this person has already filed the return for 2022, but you want to borrow a copy of the return to populate for Janet, the one Janet Mungai, the one we've been populating. So I'll click here. The system will download. Always make sure you download the Excel version. Avoid this ODS. Download the Excel version. So once it opens, then I will be able to click on the zip and also double click on the Excel to open the return. I hope you are doing this with me. Are you doing this with me? Are you doing this with me? Are we together? Are we together up to this point? Are you doing this with me? Wherever you are. If you can't access your iTax, you can use the version I sent in the group. You can use the version that I sent in the group. You can use the version that I sent in the group. You can even you click the link direct, it goes through Lamar. It goes through Lamar. Have you opened the return with me? Have you opened this return with me? Just confirm if you've opened this same return with me. Do you have it on your laptop or your computer? Do you have your laptop? Do you have it on your laptop or computer? Somebody here in the chat box. Na mtu hapa kwa WhatsApp anataka usaidizi. Mesema yeye hawezi click link. So code na hiyo ingine. Nataka code na nataka hiyo ingine. Let me just see. Shared, of course, already shared. Yes, already shared in the WhatsApp. So confirm if you have the P9 and you have the Excel opened. Vile nimefungua yangu. You also have the P9. Bado pia mko na hii P9 hii hapa. Mtasiulize hii P9 ni gani? Do you have this copy of P9? The one I shared yesterday, right? You have a copy of this P9. Hii yenye nime project hapa. Do you have it? Do you have a copy of this P9 form? This is a copy of P9 form. You have it? Let me see in the chat box. I'm only seeing two people here talking. I don't know what is where the rest are. You have a copy of this P9 site. Okay, so let's populate this return. Let's populate this return. And when we are populating this return, remember this is an individual who has a lot of details to feed in this return. So let's start with the most basic information. In a case where we are assuming that the individual does not have mortgage, does not have NHIF, does not have insurance. We are filing as if this person does not have any of those things. Chenye ako nayo tu ni nini? Ni employment income peke yake yenye inataxiwa, ana mortgage, ana nini, ana hii maneno ingine ya insurance relief, etc. So let's fill this. So we first of all put the pin. We feed the pin here. We are able to feed the pin here. Let's feed the pin. Have you fed the pin on yours? Have you been able to feed the pin? The pin of the employee, that is A0, A018, A018, 181. No, A0, A0181, then 63, 68, 9Y. We feed that. I hope you are together. Then you pick the you pick the return type. So this is for somebody who has not filed an original return. So we are filing it for the first time. Then we pick the return period, which is 01/01/2022. Then we come here, the period 2. The period 2 becomes 31st of December 2022. Mpaka hapo tuko sawa? Tuko sawa mpaka hapo on the sheet 1, that sheet A. Are we okay up to sheet A? We are okay up to sheet A. I hope we are okay up to sheet A. I hope we are okay up to sheet A. Hizi zingine, let's assume ni no yote. Let's check the instance. First of all, I'm taking the instance of or if this Jane Mungai did not have mortgage, did not have education policy, did not have NHIF, etc. What could be his or what could be her tax status? What could her return look like? So next we go to sheet F, where you feed the total employment income. So sheet F, let's come to sheet F. In sheet F, we fill the PIN of the employer, and the PIN of employee is in the P9, P051586898R. You've seen that. Then you put the name. You put the name of the employer. The name of the employer is Majimarefu. Then you put the gross pay. How much is the gross pay again? Remind me in the chat box. How much is the gross pay again? Remind me in the chat box. Remind me in the chat box. How much is the gross pay? How much is the gross pay? How much is the gross pay in the chat box? Is it the figure I've put there? Is it the figure that I've put there? Is it the same figure I have there, patience? Is it the same figure I have there? 3975, 362.15. Thank you. Allowances hakuwa na yoyote. Hakupewa nyumba. Then hakuna pension yenye imeexceed 300,000. So there is 0. So the total employment income comes to 3.9. It comes to 3.9. It comes to 3.975 million for the whole year of 12 months. I'm done with that sheet like that. If you are filing with me, we should be together. If you are filing yours, or you are filing this one first with me, we should be together up to this point. We should actually be together up to this point. Then you move to section, you move to sheet M. You move to sheet M. Can you move to sheet M with me? Click on it. I'm at sheet M now. Yes, this is sheet M. Sheet M is where now you self-declare the total pay, the total taxes that were deducted from your, the total taxes that were deducted from your salary, the total taxes that were deducted from that 3.9. The total taxes that were deducted from that 3.9 that we've declared in sheet F. Now we come and declare the total taxes that we are deducted in this sheet M. Now in sheet M, you start with the PIN of the employer upper due. Just click on it, it will come automatically. Put the name of the employer, which is Majimarefu. Then put the taxable salary. How much is the taxable salary? Assuming no mortgage, assuming no insurance relief, assuming no NHIF relief. How much? Assuming no mortgage, assuming no insurance relief, assuming nothing. Huyu tu mshahara yake imetaxiwa tu hivyo. Yes. How much would be the taxable salary? How much would be the taxable salary assuming no mortgage? Yes, assuming no mortgage. Yes. Assuming huyu mtu ana mortgage. Assuming huyu mtu ana mortgage. Assuming ana mortgage. How much would be the taxable salary? How much would be the taxable salary? I would like to see an answer. How much would be the taxable salary assuming no mortgage, pension peke yake? Assuming no mortgage, pension peke yake. Assuming no mortgage, pension peke yake. Assuming no mortgage, pension peke yake ndiyo anakatwa. How much will we have here? How much will we have here in this taxable salary? How did you get that, Patience? How did you get that? 3797. 3797. How did you get that figure? How did you get that figure? You took 3.9. You took 3.9, 3975, 362.15. Ukatoa nini? Ukatoa nini? What did you less? What did you less? Which value 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 did you less? Somebody is not following. Somebody is really not following here. Yes, I'm asking a simple question. You know how we arrive at taxable salary. Do you know how we arrive at chargeable pay or taxable salary? The one in column H. Assuming there is no mortgage. Assuming there's no mortgage, how much will you have? How much will you have, assuming there's no mortgage? Assuming there's no mortgage. We want to file this return as if there's no mortgage and there's no insurance relief. There's no NHIF relief. What will you have? No, that one is already, whatever you are putting, Orenyo, is already in H. I don't disagree. That's how it's supposed to be. But I'm assuming, do you know we arrive at H? Do you know we arrive at the 3.6? Can you write this? I hope you know we arrive at the 3.6. Right? You know, I'm training you to be able to interrogate a P9 form and even your pay slip. Not just to, because filing is just a tap on the button for iTax. Yes, just a tap on the button for iTax. Yes, but the question I'm asking you, you know very well to arrive at this column H, chargeable pay, we took pension. Hey, somebody tako sawa hapa. Thank you. Tako sawa hapa ameshashikanisha haraka haraka. Thank you, Patience. Thank you, Patience. Yes. So you know very well. Yes. Thank you. You simply less E2, but you're not lessing E2. You are lessing. You're not lessing E2. What you are lessing is column F. What you are lessing is column F. Thank you, Winfred Mwangi. What you are lessing is column F. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that statement? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Do you at least, are you interacting with the P9 form? I hope you are interacting with the P9 form. You can see what I'm trying to say. Assuming huyu mtu hakuwa na mortgage, deduction zake, how much would we have deducted from the 3.9? How much? How much would we have deducted from the 3.9? How much? Yes, thank you. We would have just deducted the GP minus the lower, which is now E2, right? Minus the lower, which is now E2. So that is what I'm asking you to assume. So we'll have a figure of 3. We would have a figure here of 3, 837, 704 point, how much? 3, 837, 704 point, it is point what? Is it 0.55? Do you get it 0.55? Is it 0.55? This is the match we would have. This is the match we would have. I hope you are seeing that. This is the match that you would have. This is the match you would have. Do you agree? You agree with this? Then, how much would be the tax payable? If you apply tax brackets, on this 3.87, if you apply tax brackets on this, how much would be the gross tax payable? Let's do that. I taught you, you simply use RN. You simply use RN pay software. You simply use RN pay software. Simply come here and write RN. You simply come here and write RN. When you write RN, RN is a simple way of knowing how much tax should be deducted from a given amount of salary. So you simply click on it, then you come to calculators. Then in this case, we have a taxable salary. We have a taxable salary or a chargeable pay. So we want to know how much pay is due on it. Are you following keenly? Are you all following this keenly? So we want to know how much is due on a taxable pay of 3.8, right? So we come and calculate, and we find out that on 3.8 3.837 on 3.8377 or 4.55, this is the tax amount that is due on it. This is the gross tax amount that is due on it. So I will copy this. Alafu nikuje nieke hapa kwa tax payable, Even if you apply the 3 tax brackets on the 3.8, the figure you get hii yenye tumetoa kwa REN is the same amount that you will get. So that is the gross tax. Then payee, the amount of pay deducted, is also given here. That is now after relief. This is the amount of pay that would have been deducted from Janet Mungai's what? From Janet Mungai's salary. So the total pay that would have been deducted, the total amount, that is now the net pay, could have been this amount. So that you can see at the end of the day, this one auto-calculates itself. I want to repeat again. This one, the 3.8 is assuming that Janet Mungai did not have what? Did not have mortgage. Later on, we will introduce mortgage so that you can see how it changes our computation here. Later on, I will reintroduce mortgage so that in this part of taxable salary, you can now have the 3.6 that is there in the P9 form under column H. Are we together? Up to that point? Is somebody following? Are we together? Kuna mtu amepotea? Anybody lost? Are we together? Oh, rather today we are together. That is very encouraging. Yes. Anybody else who is lost? Kuna mtu amepotea? Yes. So the 3.8, I'm assuming, I'm trying to find out what could be the tax picture for Janet Mungai, assuming Janet Mungai did not have mortgage interest, which is an allowable what? Which is an allowable deduction. So that's why I have here 3.8. Kumaanisha nimechukua ile 3.9 nikatoa tu pension peke yake. Sijafanya nini? Sijaguza what we call the mortgage interest bit of it. So I just want to see what would be the tax picture, assuming that Janet Mungai did not have the pension, did not have the mortgage, did not have the mortgage interest deduction bit. So that here I have 3.8 instead of 3.6. Later on, I will introduce the 3.6 so that you see what changes. Are we together? Are we following this together? Up to that point, you are together, Jacob, Mwasi, Mwanthi, you are together? I hope you are together. Susan Ngumo, Degwa. Yes, Lina, how are you? I hope you are together, Eric. I hope you are together. Nkirote, I hope you are together. Nice. Now, can we move on? Mpaka hapa, kama ni mtu mwenye ana nini, kama ni mtu mwenye ana mortgage na ana relief apart from personal relief, ana hizo insurance, NHIF, nini. This is the true position of the pay that was deducted from that salary, assuming ana hizo vitu zingine zote. So tukifika hapa kazi imeisha. Tunaenda kwa the last sheet, which is sheet T. In sheet T now, we only need here, we need to confirm in sheet T, we only need to confirm the following. We need to, you see here, if you look at this from, if you look at this part here, I hope you are looking at this. If you look at number 12, if you look at this section 12, hii part hapa yenye na surround hapa, you can see this is now system computing. This is now system computing your pay taxes based on the data you fed it. You see here, we fed that we had a total employment income of 3.9 hapa. You can see this one. You can see the 3.9. Yes. You can see the 3.9 here. Yes, there's a 3.9 here. But hapa, yes, tumeenda mpaka 3.8. So system inataka tumueleze how did we come from 3.9 to 3.8. So we come and put that pension here. How much was the pension amount that we claimed? So that we can also, so here is more, this is more of like a reconciliation sheet to reconcile whatever you fed in sheet F and sheet M, especially what you fed in sheet M. What you've self-declared in sheet M, we are reconciling it here so that we don't have such a huge variance. So how much was the pension contribution that we claimed against the 3.9 that took us from 3.9 to 3.8? How much was it? How much was it? How much was it? Somebody is not talking this evening. Somebody is not talking. How much was the, how much was it? Hey, Baraza, 137. It was 137, right? 137, 657. Baraza tuko pamoja. So 137, 657.60. That was the total. That was the total pension that we actually deducted against the 3.9. So nikitoa tu hii kasa hapa kwa row 5 hapa kwa 11.11, nikitoa hii kasa hapa kwa 11.11 kwa hii line, I want you to see what happens. I want you to see what happens. Have you seen what has happened to row 14? Have you seen what has happened to row 14? Have you seen what has happened to row 14? Have you been able to see what has happened to row 14? Somebody, have you seen what has happened to row 14? Yes, initially it was 3.9. Now it was 3.9. Now it is 3.8, meaning it has reconciled with whatever I had here of 3.87, so that the taxpayer is now taxed on 3.87. Yes, I hope you've been able to see that. You've been able to see that, so that the total taxes the taxpayer is supposed to pay before relief ni hii yenye iko hapa, ni hii yenye iko hapa, ni hii yenye iko hapa kwa 12.5. Can you see 12.5? 12.5. You can see this 12.5. So that we only come and declare the relief, ndio hii ya juu ipungue, hii ya juu sasa ipungue, hii ya juu sasa ipungue, itoshane na chenye tume self declare hapa ya 1059. So I want you to check if I put 28,800 here, 28,800. I want you to check what happens to this figure here. Check what happens to this figure here. If I release the cursor, I've put a bigger number. So it's supposed to be 28,800. See what happens to this figure here. Yes. So you can see this is basically what will be posted on the debit side of your ledger. So that when this is posted on the debit side of your ledger, this is the total pay that your employer deducted you. On the credit side of your ledger, we should have the 12 monthly credits, the 12 monthly pay credits which the employer filed and paid on your behalf, so that whatever we have there, the two should actually balance. These two should actually balance. Unaona hii? These are the tax credits which we expect to find in the ledger, and this is actually the pay that you self-declared. Yes. So the system expects to get 1059,911.37 credits in your ledger. Yes, and you've also confirmed that ulikatwa pay ya 1059,911.37. So in this case, this one balances, and therefore you are supposed to have a zero or a figure equal to what? A zero or a figure equal to 0. So this is a good return. You should go ahead and upload it. Are we together? Are we together up to that point? Any place that is confusing, let me know, because I want to introduce something else now. So if your return, if your P9 does not have mortgage or does not have insurance, I don't know, this is the end of the road for you. You are supposed to validate and upload in iTax. We will see how we do one which does not have all those complications and upload in iTax. Are you together up to this point? Can I introduce something else now? Can I bring the mortgage bit? 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 I can bring the mortgage bit, right? I can bring the mortgage bit. You agree? Now, let me bring the mortgage bit. Let's see what happens when I bring the mortgage bit. You know, mortgage is a deduction. Yes. You know, mortgage is a deduction, meaning when I introduce mortgage, that interest is supposed to reduce. That interest is supposed to reduce this 3.8. Mnaona hapa. Unaona hii 3.8 yenye iko hapa? Hii 3.8. This part is computed by the system based on the data that you fed, based on the data that you fed. This 12, this part 12, based on the data that you fed, is actually computed by this return. It's auto calculated so that whatever we have here is compared with whatever we have here. For example, according to the P9, how much is the taxable salary now inclusive, having taken care of the mortgage? How much is the taxable salary? According here, the 3.8, I took it assuming there's no mortgage. Now, according to the P9 form that you have, how much is the taxable salary having factored in mortgage interest? How much? How much is it? I hope somebody is following. How much is it? How much is the taxable salary having factored in 3? Can we put it here? And I want you to see what is changing. If I put that 3.6, I want you to see what is changing. Remember, you cannot cheat this return. You cannot cheat this return by reducing your taxable salary without justifying. That's why for basic information, we have to click and say, yes, we have a mortgage. So let me introduce that 3.6 hapa sasa. Kwa wale walikuwa worried, why are we using 3.8? I explained why we're using 3.8. Now, let me introduce the taxable salary the way it is in the P9 form. So I come and bring 3, 6, 0, 3, 5, 1 point. Nanipea figure tofauti, baraza na patience. What is the problem? Why are you giving me different figures? 360, 35, 17, 35.17.90. I want you to see what happens in this tax computation bit. I want you to see what happens in this tax computation bit. I want you to see what happens in the tax computation bit. I would like you to see what happens in the tax computation bit. Now, if I introduce this, then I will also have to, what do you think will change? Then the tax payable will also be able to change. Now, what is the tax payable? That's now the tax charge or the gross tax on 3.6. How much is it? On 3.6, how much is the gross tax payable? How much is the gross tax payable according to the P9 form? According to the P9 form, how much is it? 393.80. Now, the moment I release this, I want you to see what happens. I want you to be able to see what happens. I want you to be able to see what happens to this part where it is written 28,800, E part year relief, E part F, column F. I want you to see what happens. Remember now, yes, I'm being taxed more because I'm being taxed less because what has happened? My taxable salary also went down because I've introduced the aspect of the mortgage. So see what happens? It's a negative. So I also have to change here because I'm now being taxed on a less amount. So how much is the payee according to the P9 form? How much is the payee according to the P9 form? How much is the payee deducted according to the P9 form? How much is the payee deducted according to the P9 form? How much is the payee deducted according to the P9 form? How much is the payee deducted according to the P9 form? How much is the payee deducted according to the P9 form? How much is it? How much is it? I have 986,593.80. I want you to see what happens to F. There is what? There's a 28, there's a 28,800. Can you be able to see that? It has self-balanced. You can see this. It has actually image self-balanced yenyewe na hiyo relief ambayo ni 28, ambayo ni 28,800. Now, Can we go and find out? Because according to our self-assessment in M, we are now telling the KRA that due to mortgage interest, which is an allowable deduction, now my taxable salary, my taxable pay is no longer 3.8, but it is 3.6. Meaning the tax charged also has gone down to 1.015. Meaning my pay has also now gone down to 986,593. Kumaanisha ile pay yenye employer alinikata ni 986,593. Na si ile ya juu yenye nilikuwa nimedeclare. So this is the amount I expect to find hapa kwa sheet T hapa chini. Is the amount I expect to find hapa chini. Unaona hii 13.1, 986,593.8. The amount I expect to find here. But look at 12. Look at what 12 is saying. 12 inakata. If you look at 12 inakata. Kwa sababu ya nini? 12 does not understand. 12 is still working with 3.8 and not what? And not 3.6. What do you think 12 wants? If you look at 12 is more of like it's checking whatever you are declaring, do you have support? So if you look at 12, if you look at this 12 hapa inakata. Hii inasema according to the data they have, they can't understand why. Yes, I'm being taxed on 3.6. Yes, because with them they understand I should be taxed on 3.8. While me, hapa kwa M, I'm self-declaring that I should be taxed on 3.6 because of the mortgage. So hiyo mortgage information ndio sijapea hii Excel itambue, na ndio maana hii Excel bado inatambua 3.8. Because hata ukiangalia hapa juu, hakuna mortgage. None hapa. Do you see 11.2? I'm supposed to see that mortgage interest here. Do you see this 11.2? Are you seeing 11.2? Can you see this 11.2? That mortgage interest should combine with the 137, ndio zididactiwe against the 3.9. So far, the only amount that has been deducted from the 3.9 is the pension peke yake, because I have not declared what? The mortgage to be here, this part that is blank, so that mortgage amount can further be deducted from the 3.8, so that I'm taxed on a lower amount, so that the total amount of tax as per the system, the total amount of pay that I was supposed to be deducted as per the system is no longer 1059, but rhymes with the 986. That is why the system detects as if, yes, I'm lying. There's some form of tax evasion here. Ndio maana ukikuja hapa chini unapata, yes, ile amount yenye nilikuwa nimefanya nini, the amount which I deducted further from the 3.8, unapata imekuja ikataxiwa hapa. So ni kama nadaiwa 73,000. Are you getting these things? Are you getting the concept? Are you getting the concept well? You are getting the concept well. I hope you are getting the concept well from where you are. I hope you are getting the concept well. I hope you are getting the concept. So the system is still adamant on the 3.8, because here the system cannot understand how comes now my taxable salary moved from 3.8 to 3.6. So I have to come and explain why my taxable salary moved from 3.8, which now the system still recognizes the 3.8. So I have to come and explain why my taxable salary moved from 3.8 to 3.6. I hope you are getting me, because here the system is like, it is recognizing I lied. I'm actually engaging in some tax fraud. How comes I've reduced my tax payable, my taxable salary from 3.8 to 3.6 without an explanation? So the only way to explain that reduction from 3.8 to 3.6, I come to basic information here, then I go to row 11. Do you see row 11? Are you able to see row 11? Can you see row 11? Are you able to see row 11? Can you see row 11? Can you see row 11? I'm being asked, do you have a mortgage? I come and say yes, because this is the only way to explain that deduction. When I say yes, I want you to see what happens. What do you think? What have you seen that has happened? Let me reduce. Let me remove it first. If I remove it, I only have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, sheet 5. But when I say yes, I do have a mortgage. See what happens down here. An additional sheet that was not there in the name of sheet J appears. Have you seen it? Have you seen sheet J? Have you managed to see sheet J? You can see sheet J. Yes. So sheet J wants me to give the details of the mortgage. So I click on it. The first thing it is asking me, what is the PIN of the lender? Who gave you the what? Who gave you the mortgage? So you go to the mortgage statement. I sent a mortgage statement. Please open it. Go to the mortgage statement. I sent a mortgage statement. Have you seen the mortgage statement with you? Have you seen the mortgage statement? Have you seen the mortgage statement? So open the mortgage statement. Open the mortgage statement. Open the mortgage statement. I did give the PIN of the lender, but the lender anaitwa Jua Halisi. Anaitwa Jua Halisi Bank. PIN, you can put this one. You can put P 0. You can put P0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 G. You can put that as the PIN of the lender. Then mortgage number. Do you see the mortgage number? Do you see the mortgage number? Are you able to see the mortgage number? Are you able to see the mortgage number in that mortgage statement? Are you able to see the mortgage number? The mortgage number is the item number 11 there. You can see it. It's 128J 71 264 98 947. Mayona, you've seen it? You've seen that number? You've seen that number, David? Now, what was the amount? What was the amount borrowed? Janet Mungai aliomba pesa ngapi? How much did she borrow? Felix Ouma, how much did she borrow? How much did she borrow? How much did she borrow? Felix Ouma, how much did she borrow? Janet Mungai aliomba pesa ngapi ya loan? Ya mortgage aliomba pesa ngapi? Oh, Felix amenyamaza. Where is Osman? Osman, how much was borrowed? How much was borrowed? Mkinyamaza. 4.3, right? So 4, 379, 4, 379, 854. That was the amount borrowed. How much is outstanding at the end of the year? How much is outstanding at the end of the year, Liz? How much is outstanding at the end of the year, Liz? How much is outstanding at the end of the year? How much is outstanding at the end of the year? How much? How much? 3.8. It is 3.8, yes. How much is the amount of interest paid? How much did Janet Mungai pay as interest for the year 2022? How much in total? How much interest? How much interest? How much interest did she pay? How much mortgage interest did she pay? How much mortgage interest did she pay? How much mortgage interest did she pay? 234. Now, before I put that figure, I want you to see what happens. I want you to see the moment I put that 234, 186. I want you to see what happens to sheet ya mwisho. I want you to see what happens to row 14. 3.8 itapungua. Alafu tax, this, 12 is now the system computing based on the data you fed it. So 12 pia itapungua na itatoshana na 986, itatoshana na 13, whatever is in 13. So feed that data. Before you feed it inakaa hivi. After you feed it, ona vile inakaa, just check how it looks like. Check how it looks like. So feed that amount there, 234, 186.65. Click outside and please go to the last column, run to the last column. You can see 11.2, our mortgage interest imejileta hapo as a deduction. Then now you can also be able to see, that our what? Our 12.4 is now reading 3.6. It's now reading 3.6. You can see here. It's reading 3.6. You can see 3.6, 517, 3.6, 517. It's the same figure now with what we self-declared in M of 3.6 or 3,517. It's the same figure that we have here, 3.6, 517. Have you seen that? Have you seen the changes that the mortgage has brought in? Have you seen that the changes that the mortgage has brought in? Have you seen? So such that now, according to the system, you are supposed to be deducted a total of, a total of 989,656 in your pesa unafaa ukatwe kwa mshahara as pay as you earn. So let's come and check down here what happens. Oh, we still have a debt. We still have a debt. Do you see we still have a debt here of 3,000? Do you see we still have a debt here of 3,000? Because according to the system, pay yenye nilifaa nikatwe ilifaa ikue ni 989,656. But mimi kwa M nasema pay yenye nimekatwa ni 986,593.8. So system bado inanidai pesa ngapi? 3,000. Because mimi kwa M nasema nilikatwa pay 986,593, but system inasema nilifaa nikatwe 989,656. Now, what do you think is the reason why we have this debt here of 3,000? Why do you think we still have a debt of 3,000? Because we can't pay. Tunakatwa kila kitu kwa payslip. We can't pay. We don't have a business. Thank you. Thank you. Now, we go to that part. This could only be a reason that kuna insurance cover tuko nayo na tujadeclare. So we didn't claim the insurance relief or renew. So we come here and introduce the aspect of what we call insurance what? Insurance relief. We introduce that aspect of insurance cover, that insurance cover that we have. So come to basic information. Na hapa unaulizwa kwa 13, do you have a life insurance policy? Do you have a life insurance what? A life insurance policy. Please click yes and see what happens to the sheet. Zitaongezeka. So when you click yes, see what happens? This additional sheet L, this additional sheet L for claiming, this additional sheet L for claiming insurance what? Insurance relief. This additional sheet F for claiming what? Insurance relief. This additional sheet F for claiming insurance relief. You've seen that. So what we need to put here is the PIN of the insurance company. We need to put the PIN of the insurance company. And if you look at the P9 well, hiyo 255 inakaa tu, because huyu mtu alikuwa nakatwa NHIF ya pesa ngapi? Alikuwa nakatwa NHIF ya 1,700. So 1,700 because the relief is 15%, that one is 255. Na ukiangalia hiyo P9 vizuri, utagundua hiyo 255 yenye kwa hiyo column yenye imeandikwa insurance relief is actually what? Is actually the amount by the name insurance what? Relief, and it is insurance relief on NHIF. So we come and declare what is the PIN of the insurance company? It is NHIF. So come here and pick the PIN of NHIF. Come and pick the PIN of NHIF. Come and pick the PIN of NHIF. I hope I'm not too fast. Are you getting something? Are you grasping something? I hope I'm not too fast. I hope I'm not too fast. I hope you are grasping something. I hope you are able to grasp something. I hope you are able to grasp something. Are you getting something? Are you able to get something? Are you able to get something? Fine. Fausia, fine. That is very fine. So let's see how we claim insurance. How we claim, this is how we claim relief NHIF, relief on NHIF contributions. This is how we claim. This is how we claim. So the pin of NHIF iko hapa. This is the guideline. This is just a guideline for claiming. So this is the pin of NHIF. Come and put it, click it, weke hapa, click it and put it here. Then insurance company ni NHIF. Then type of policy hapa mliambiwa mnaeka nini? Mliambiwa type of policy, you choose health. Insurance policy number unaeka your NHIF number. So come and put here health number NHIF for our dear Janet, that is the NHIF number. Policy holder myself. Then commencement date. This is what you put for commencement date. Of course, it is the year 2021. So come and put 01/01/2021. Maturity date is the end of the year, 31st of December 2022. It's supposed to be 2022, sorry. So this one also is supposed to be 2022, sorry. So this is 2022. I hope you are following, Baraza. So this is how you claim NHIF. By the way, hii maneno yenye watu wanauliza usipeleke cyber, hizi ni vitu rahisi tafadhali. Yes, it's not complicated. Then you come and put here sum assured. Sum assured is supposed to be, ukiangalia hapa, capture the annual premium yenye umelipa. So huyu mtu alilipa annual premium ya how much? Somebody mwenye amecalculate. How much do you think was the annual premium the person paid? How much was the annual premium that this person paid? How much somebody was calculated? Just do it like this. If monthly unalipa insurance unapewa 255. Inamaanisha in a month huyu mtu analipa insurance pesa ngapi? Is it 1700, right? So 1700 times 12 inakuja 2400. So that is the sum assured, 2400. 2400 is the sum assured. Then annual premium paid is the amount of total NHIF contribution. So the same amount that you have as sum assured is the same amount that you put here, 2400. Yes, so that the system will calculate automatically for you the insurance relief on NHIF contribution directly. Have you gotten how we claim insurance relief? Umepata vile tuna claim insurance relief? Have you been able to get how we are claiming insurance relief? Have you been able to get how we are claiming insurance relief? Have you gotten something on that? Have you gotten something on that? I've shared with you those guidelines, the same one that I have here in my screen. Nimetuma WhatsApp. The good thing with me, I'm real time in WhatsApp. Chap imeshafika. Kama kuna mtu wako WhatsApp ashaiona. So this is what we have here. This is how you claim insurance relief. And life policy, yeah, if you have life policy, the same you will also have. You'll also have, if you have a life policy, for example, with the Britam or with or education policy with Ice Lion, the same way to be claim ndio unakuja una claim hapo. Unaweka pin ya Britam, name ya Britam, kama ni health unaweka health, kama ni life unaweka life, unaweka your policy number, ni ya mtoto ama ni yako, unakuja unaweka ulianza mwaka gani na ina mature. If it is 18 years, maybe you will put in a mature in 2036. Then some assured, maybe you are assured of 800,000. Premium when you umelipa labda, if you are paying 5,000 every month, then that's a total of 60,000. Alafu system ita calculate your relief directly. Ni rahisi kuclaim insurance ngumu orenyo. So can we see what happens hapa mwisho? Tuangalie nini inafanyika huku. Huku mwisho tuko na nini? What is can you see now here? Have you been able to see here? Now we have our insurance relief here ya 30/60. Umeona hii? Umeona hii 30/60? Have you seen this 30/60? Can you see it? 2400. Huyu mtu kila mwezi analipa 1700 as the NHIF contribution. So 1700 times 12 will give you 2400 lina. Are you seeing this 3060? So ukikuja huku mwisho, what do we have? 2 bob. Tafadhali validate this return iende. A margin of 10, a margin of -10 or +10 haina shida. Validate ifanye nini? Validate iende. Validate ifanye nini? Validate iende. Sawa sawa. Is it okay now? Is it okay now? Is it okay now? This is the end of this return. This is, I pardon everything from from basic information mpaka pa mwisho. Pause here. Yes. 255 ni insurance relief lina. 255 ni insurance relief. That relief is 15%. That 15% inaweza kuwa imetolewa tu kwa 1700 lina. 15% of 1700, it is 255 lina. Confirm, please. Yes, confirm. Confirm, please. So relief hapa, yes, that is how you compute relief. That is basically how you compute relief. That is how you compute. That is how you compute relief. So that now, when you look at this one, here, it's something that at least makes a lot of sense. I hope it is making a lot of sense for you, because I wanted to take my time on this because of that reason, for you just to be able to understand, for you to be able to understand. Now, I hope mmeelewa vizuri, mmeshikanisha hii maneno vizuri kabisa. I hope mmeshikanisha vizuri kabisa. Yeah, everybody, as long as you are contributing NHIF, you get relief. You get relief. As long as you are contributing, you get relief. You will always get relief. You will always get relief. You will always get what? You will always get relief. You will always be able to get an NHIF relief. File. Can we file one? I'm able to file one that is practical to upload the end before I introduce pay kidogo. So this one, ukishafika hapa, what you do, you click validate. Naona hapa mali imeandikwa validate. And I want you to see what happens when I click validate. You click validate like this. Hivyo tu. Na unangoja ina run. Usisumbue. Unangoja tu ina run peke yake. Itachukua time because it zips everything. What it does by validation, it zips everything you've actually fed onto this Excel. It zips it. It zips everything. Inazip kila kitu. Inazip kila kitu yenye umefeed kwa hii Excel. I want you to see it takes time. Give it the maximum time you can. Mpaka ikuambie ya kwamba now it is ready to be uploaded into iTax. Then now you upload. Give it as much time. Oh, withholding is another area altogether. Withholding is another area. I will show you that. Leo nitawafunza tu individual taxes. Hata kama I have to teach you only this, mshikanishe yote kabisa. So give it time, let it do its work. It will take time. Aya, halafu itakwambia hapo sheets are ready to be uploaded. Do you want to generate upload file? Can you see here? Sheets are ready to be uploaded. Do you want to generate an upload file? Then you come and click yes. You come and click yes. Then unapata imesha kuzipia hiyo folder. It has already zipped for you that file. Inakupea mpaka direction. When you click okay, you release everything so that whatever you upload utaipata hapa kwa documents. Ukienda hapa kwa documents utaipata hapa, ndio hii hapa juu. This is the one that you now upload in iTax. You go back to where you logged into iTax. Yes, unarudi mahali ulilog kwa iTax. You go back to where you logged into iTax, ambaye ni hapa. Then you choose that folder. You choose that folder here. You choose it. When you click choose file, you go to documents. Then you double click on it, itajileta hapa. Kama tulikuwa tuna file original, hata period itakuwa imejileta hapa. Then what do? We simply come here and say submit. Itaenda na ikuletee acknowledgement receipt. Meshikanisha vizuri? Are you good up to that point? Are you okay up to that point? Now, can we do one and upload for somebody who has not filed? Or I illustrate the other areas. Uploading, you can upload. Let me get your views. Able to upload, or you want to see mpaka inaenda mpaka inafika mwisho kwa taxman. You want to see? Ama to illustrate, can, you know, hii return bado tunaweza introduce vitu mingi, because the next question somebody can ask you is, what if Lina had business? What if Lina had what? What if Lina had business? What if Lina had business? That's the other question utaulizwa. What if not Lina but Janet? What if Janet had business? Then utakuja hapa kwa basic information na unaulizwa hapa, do you have any other income apart from employment income? Do you have any other income apart from employment income? And I want you to see what happens. What happens to this 2.2? Now you only have one 2.2. Can I click yes here? Can I click yes here? Do you have any other income other than employment income? Can I click yes here? Can I click yes here? Can I click yes here? Are you allow me to click yes here so that you have to upload tufanye ya mwisho kabisa tukimaliza? Fine. Aya. When I click yes here, then you know very well, if the moment you say uko na business, then the only way for business itakufungulia income statement na itakufungulia balance sheet. Itakufungulia income statement. The next thing itakufungulia ni nini? Ni balance sheet. Right? Those are the things that it will open for you. It will open for you those two. Now let me see if I have some business income in relation to our dear Janet here. Let me see if I have some business income, because somebody can have business income and at the same time akona employment income, right? They can have both. It's good you know all these aspects. It's good you know all these aspects. I wish I saved this. Let me send you something there. It's good we are learning these things. Let me send you something there briefly. Let me see. I think I have something here that I can share with you in the WhatsApp group so that we do this thing wholesomely. Na kama ni kuupload, tuta-upload moja tuone what happens. Now, let me see what I have here. Meanwhile, as I look for this, you can take a sip of water. You can stretch. You can take a sip of water and stretch. Confirm receipt in WhatsApp. Confirm receipt in WhatsApp. Confirm receipt in WhatsApp. Confirm receipt in WhatsApp. Mepata? Mepata? Have you received? Have you received? I hope you've received. Now, open it. Have you opened it? Please just let me know if you have opened it. Let me know if you have opened it. Nice. Sasa kama mmefungua kazi itakuwa rahisi. So, kama Janet Mungai hakuwa na income ingine, kama Janet Mungai angekuwa na income ingine, if Janet Mungai had another income, for example, she's doing consultancy, then you will come and declare that income from consultancy and claim expenses. So the moment you click here, yes, the system will open for you a P&L and also a balance sheet. So click yes with me. Now, when you click yes, you can see there are additional sheets. Hata zimekuwa mingi. Your main interest in these sheets ni P&L. So in the P&L, you will simply declare, you'll simply be able to declare the income, the income which is now from consultancy. So you will come here, you'll basically come here, you'll come here. You can see here under business income, this is the column you use. If the income is farming, utaijaza hapa. If the income is rental, utaijaza hapa. If the income is interest, utaijaza hapa. If the income is commission, utaijaza hapa. I hope you are following. So you will come and declare, how much in total did she earn as a result of the consultancy services. So you'll come and declare that entire amount. How much is it? It's 5 million. Are we together? Are you following this? Are you following this? I hope you are following this with me. Fine, fine. Then you will go ahead and do what? You will go ahead and claim expenses. I hope you are following this, Robert, Rono, and Susan. Susan, we are together. Venus, Elsie, we are together. Are we together, Elsie? Are we together, Okoth, Esther, Jacob Mwasi? I repeat, where Baraza? I repeat, where Baraza? Where exactly? I repeat, on. I repeat, on. Oh, Baraza amenyamaza sasa. Have you seen the way I've incorporated that income of 5 million? Have you seen how I have incorporated that business income hapa? P&L, mali tumeitoa. Mali tumeitoa ama kuijaza? Baraza, I'm still waiting on you. Ama vile tumeanza kuijaza. Okay. Now, once you've opened the P&L, the incomes are categorized based on their nature. We have business income, we have farming income, kama we ni mkulima, kama we ni mtu akona tenants, you have a residential property or you are rental, if you have commercial property or your residential rental income is falling outside those limits we talked about. If your income is interest income, utaideclare hapa na hizo expenses umetumia kuipata. So huyu mtu biashara yake ni kufanya consultancy. Consultancy falls under business. So the total income alipata ni 5 million. So it is this 5 million that we want to claim expenses against. We want to claim expenses against. One of the expenses we are claiming here, you can see we have internet access. Can you see internet access? Are you able to see internet access? You can see an internet access. So come here and put internet access. Search for it. Search for it. Search for it under expenses. Kuja hapa number 5. Mali kuna operating expenses. Hapo sidhani utapata internet. Enda kwa admin expenses number 6. Enda kwa 6.5 employment expenses. Enda kwa financial expenses. So I don't see any internet expenses here. Are you able to see internet expenses somewhere? Are you able to see internet expenses somewhere? I don't see internet expenses here. So I can easily be able to write it. Kama uoni expense yoyote hapa, if you can't see any expenses in this place, you're allowed to enter chini kabisa. You can go down kabisa. And hapa chini mahali imeandikwa other expenses, simply write the name of the expense here and say internet expenses. Alafu kuje uandike the amount here, which is a figure of 60,000. 60,000 you can see. Next, I have traveling expenses. So I will look for traveling expenses. Traveling expenses should be under which category? Is it admin? Yeah, you can see it's here. It's under operating expenses upper 5.26. That's row 75. It's a figure of how much? 50,000 only. Please don't ask why I'm not claiming the whole 100. I'm only claiming 50. You should know that. Then the other expense I have is electricity. Electricity should be under power. Should be under power. These are still operating expenses. Operating expenses inakuanga mingi. So come and look for power and fuel, where we have power and fuel. Those are employment expenses, financial expenses. Are you seeing power and fuel anywhere? Are you seeing power and fuel anywhere? Which row? Which row number? Which row number can you see? 5.14. Thank you. Hope you are following these things. Na hizo vitu zingine zimebaki za kufile income tax returns, corp tax returns na partnership. Ni rahisi sana because with them you already have a prepared income statement. Ni kutransfer tu hizo zisiwasumbue. I'll take you through them very, very well. So you are saying 5.14. Where is 5.14? Come and declare it here. A figure of 50,000. Then we have mobile airtime. Mobile airtime, you can put it under telephone expenses upper. You can put it there, a figure of 40,000. Then we have bank charges, that is under financial. Bank charges is under financial. Enda huko chini mahali kuna financial. Bank charges iko hapa. Yes, come and put the figure 10,500. 10,500. Then we have insurance of 22,500. Still put it there. 22,500. Then we have legal expenses of 35. Legal expenses 35. Legal expenses 35,000. So come and look for them. Legal expenses 35,000. Legal expenses iko hapa 35,000. Na nimemaliza na expenses hivyo. Nimemaliza na expenses. You can see nimemaliza expenses such that now your total expenses to be deducted against the 5 million. Your total expenses to be deducted against the 5 million. Your total expenses to be deducted against the 5 million. Against the 5 million. You will get it. You will get it. You will get it that out of all those total expenses, we'll only remain with a profit of 4.7. We'll remain with a profit of 4.7. We'll be able to remain with a profit of 4.7. We'll remain with a profit of 4.7. Have you seen how we've filled that? We've just used the information we have. Maana vile tumejaza hiyo. So huyu mtu anafaa alipe tax on the 4.7 at 30%. Have you been able to see that? Have you seen that? Have you seen how we've arrived at the 4.7? Aya, then tukuje tujaze, kama umeona hiyo ni sawa, tukuje tujaze balance sheet. Balance sheet naye shida yake si mingi sana, yetu ni kubalance, it's just for balancing purposes. And this one, motor vehicle, I can see I have motor vehicle here. Come and put 2.5. Then pick furniture and fixtures, put the figure I have here of 500,000. Then other assets I also have close to it here, a figure of 500,000. Then I also have another figure by the name cash in bank, that should fall under current assets. So cash in bank, look for it. Cash in bank, so cash in bank, come and put it here, 200,000. So that we are done with the assets just like that. We are done with the assets just like that. Then we come and fill our liabilities. We have creditors. Can see creditors. We have creditors or trade payables. Nakuja hapa najaza 200,000. Then I come and fill bank loan. Those ones should be under our loan from financial institutions, which is 500,000. Then owners capital naeka hapa kwa proprietors capital, a figure of 3,123,123 naiweka hapo, so that my balance sheet at the end of the day will find that my net assets is equals to my total liabilities, and I'm good to go. Now, that is for balancing purposes. Now, the most important thing, I want you to look at this balance, this P&L again. Why P&L have 4.7? Now, if I have 4.7, you will go to, once you filled your P&L and your balance sheet, you will come to this part here. We'll come to this sheet, written sheet T. Sheet T is income tax computation. It borrows from the information you fed in the what? You fed in the P&L. It borrows from the information you fed in the P&L. You can see your profit here as per the P&L is 4.7. So hii ndio ile tulifanya kwa advanced tax, where I told you, unaona ile information tumejaza kwa P&L, ile information tumejaza kwa P&L ni accounting profits. So hapa ndio tunafanya adjustment. Hapa ndio tunaleta hiyo profit hapa, alafu tunaanza maneno ya nini? Add back, disallow, add back and deduct. So ukiona hapa kuna hiyo profit that we are adjusting, then add back all the disallowable expenses, then we deduct any other allowable deduction, of which kwa hii hiyo P&L yenye tumejaza hakuna. So the taxpayer will be taxed on the entire 4.7. So 30% of 4.7 inakupea pesa ngapi? 30% of 4.7, how much does it give you? 30% of 4.7 inakupea how much? How much? Remember, with regard to employment income, huyu mtu hakuwa na any tax payable. Hakuwa na tax payable. But because of business sahi, hakuna taxable income ya 4.7. 30% of 4.7 gives you how much? It gives you how much? It gives you how much? 1,419,600. 1,419,600. Is that not the amount you are supposed to pay to the taxman? Patience. Is that not the amount? Is that not the amount you are supposed to pay to the taxman according to this last sheet? Is it not the amount we have here? That's not employment income hukuwa na anything, but because of business, now you have what? You have a tax payable. Hii utalipa upende usipende. Validate and upload and pay your taxes. Now, somebody introduced, what if you have withholding? Remember, what was the rate of withholding? How much was withheld? How much was withheld? It was 5%, right? So 5% of 5 million inakupea pesa ngapi? Somebody aliuliza hiyo tunaeka wapi? Hiyo tunaeka wapi? 5% of 5 million ni pesa ngapi? Because remember, out of the 5 million, 5% was already withheld and paid to the authority, right? And paid to the authority, right? And paid to the authority, right? 5% was already withheld and paid to the authority. 250,000. So hiyo 250,000 itapunguza hii 1.4, itapunguza hii 1.419. So kujiweke hiyo 250 hapa kwa 13.4. 250,000. 250,000. Kuna yule mtu aliuliza withholding inawekwa wapi? Umeona? Have you seen where we put withholding? Have you seen where we put withholding? The same, hata kama even if you work with an insurance company, if you work with an insurance company and you are paid insurance commissions, then so huyu mtu end up kulipa 1.169. So if you work with an insurance company and your salary is mainly what we call, your salary is mainly commission, utakuja kujaza hiyo commission hapa. Then utaclaim expenses total as long as you have receipts. Then ile pesa yenye imesha withholdiwa na your insurance company utakuja kuiclaim kwa hii sheet ya mwisho. You'll claim it in the last sheet. You'll be able to claim it in the last sheet and upload your return. Ipo tu rahisi. Now, before we upload one more return, leo niliwaambia leo hii maneno mtaelewa. It's good you understand these things from the basic, because uploading si shida. Uploading ni one touch. Tukisha validate ni one touch. Unaona vile na pia kwa ledger, unasoma ledger vizuri. It's good we get the concept first. You upload haina shida sana. So this one you just validate. Yes, you validate it and the taxpayer will pay 1.169. Now, somebody asked me a very nice question today morning. Let me also stress on that. Somebody asked me a very nice question today in the morning. What if, Mwalimu, what if I earn less than 24,000? Will I file nil or will I not file? What will I file? Can somebody answer that question in the chat box? Let me see. Before we illustrate it here practically. Can somebody answer that question in the chat box? If you're tired, as we ask questions, you can just stretch and stroll and have a sip of water. Mtu aliniuliza hiyo swali. If you earn less than 24,000 in a month, do you file return or you file a nil return? Nataka tujaribu hapa sahi. Now that you are familiar with this, return. Na nimewaambia ku-upload si shida. Upload you, that's just an IT, just have to click on the button, but you should know what you are uploading. You file nil return. We'll just file a normal return since this minimum tax payable. Minimum tax. Okay. Now, thank you for those comments. Now, this is what you do if you are earning less than 24,000. For example, you are earning 20,000, right? So I will come and put your pin here. Remember, you are earning income. Inaingia kwa bank account. Ama inalipwa na M-Pesa. Kuna record. Siku moja ukipatikana utasema ulikuwa na file, ulikuwa unatoka bure, hapana. File hata kama ni 10,000. So come and put your pin here. So this is for somebody who is okay. Ninakata pin yangu. This is for somebody who is earning below the threshold of 24,000. 01, 20, 22. Alafu hapa unakuja unasema to 31st of December 2022. We are together. We are filing for somebody who earns less than, who earns 24,000 and below, right? Who earns 24,000 and below. So yake ni hapa, yake ni rahisi, atakuja hapa kwa employment income, aeke pin ya employer. Hivi, aeke pin ya employer, aseme employer wake ni ABC Limited. I hope you are following. I hope you are following. Now, gross pay. For somebody who earns 20,000 per month, how much is the gross pay for the whole year? How much is the gross pay for the whole year? How much is the gross pay for the whole year? How much is the gross pay for the whole year? How much is the gross pay for the whole year? How much? 20,000 per month times 24 times 12. You want 20,000 to 40,000. Thank you. To 40,000. Allowances una allowances yoyote, una nyumba, una pension, so your entire amount is 240. Umeona vile nimejaza hii part. Hii F umemalizana nayo hivyo. Have you seen how I filled this part for F? Are you satisfied with it? Can I move to M? Can I move to part M? Can I move to M? Can I be able to move to M? Fine. So M is here. PIN of the employer will auto-populate. Then name of the employer, ABC Limited, ABC Limited, ABC Limited. Then taxable salary itakuwa pesa ngapi? How much will be the taxable salary? How much will be the taxable salary? Unalipiwa NHIF, unalipiwa NSSF. How much will be your taxable salary? Unalipiwa NSSF. How much? How much will be your taxable salary? Shida. Oh, somebody is here. Baraza, where are you? Baraza, we are interacting here na umetoroka. Abdi, how much will be the taxable salary? Lazima, you have to examine your payslip or your P9, please. How much will be the possible taxable salary? Ana pension ya anakatwa tu NSSF peke yake. Anakatwa tu NSSF. Kila mwezi ni NSSF anakatwa. Oh, nice. Nice. So, in other words, pause here. How much is she deducted? Anakatwa pesa ngapi as NSSF? As NSSF per month. 1080. So 1080. So we have 12,960. So 240 minus 12, 240 minus 12,960. Unapata pesa ngapi? 227,040, right? 227,040. Thank you, Patience, June, Cynthia. We are proceeding well. So you get 227,040. How much is the tax payable? How much is the tax payable? Peleka hii RN chap badala ya kuchapa manually na tax brackets. Uliza RN akuambie hii. RN atakwambia haraka sana. RN is a very good tool. RN atakwambia haraka bila delay. RN, please tell us about this. RN is here. RN applies the brackets for you. Chap. Ukishafungua, just go to calculators. It depends on what you want to calculate. So with us, we are interested in how much is the tax charged before and after relief. So come and choose here 2022, and we are only, it's for 12 months. Taxable pay, you already have it there. Then calculate. Unaona Arena ananiambia nini? Arena ananiambia huyu before relief anafaa taxiwe how much? Anafaa taxiwe a figure of 22,000. So come and pick that 22,000. Ufanye nini? Uweke hapa. Then pick the pay. How much is the pay? How much is the pay? How much is the pay deducted? 0. Thank you, Caroline Chesir. 0. So that at the end of the day, how much do you have there? 22,704, because you can see here, pay deducted upper is 0. You are able to see here, pay deducted upper is actually 0. Personal relief 28,800. So you can be able to see this clearly. You can actually be able to see this here very clearly. So the tax payable is 22. The tax payable is 22, lakini hakuna kitu analipa. Yes, I hope you can see this. I hope up to this point, nobody has a question. Do you have a question on this area? Any 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 question on this area? Pause, yeah. Any question on this area? Any question on this area? Tafadhali help those people who are saying they are earning less than 24,000. Help them to file their returns. Don't leave them in the dark, please. Don't leave them in the cold. Don't leave them to be rained on, please. Yes, are we together, Susan? Are you going to help them, Sherry? Sherry and Omar, are you going to help them? Elem and Jacob Mwasi, please help them. Don't mtu asikwambia ati yeye mshahara yake ati ni 5,000 so haizi file return, hapana. Mpailie. Yes, because you have here. So come to the last part. Hii umemalizana nayo hivyo, hii part umemalizana nayo hivyo. Come to the last part, and in the last part what do you do? In the last part, what do you do? You come and put the pension here, which is 12,960. 12,960, you claim that one. Then after claiming that, you also claim relief, always row number 18, claim for the whole year 28,800. Always claim relief for the whole year 28,800. 28,800. 28,800. Let's see what we have here. Unaona hii return imebalance peke yake mpaka iko 00. Have you seen? Have you seen this one? Have you managed to see this one? Umeona imejibalance peke yake na iko 00. Have you seen this? Have you managed to see this? Kirote, do you see this, Lina? Do you see this, Winfred Mwangi and Susan Ngumo? Huyu mtu ataitishwa chochote. Yes? So just validate this, alafu upload. Validate, itaenda kwa documents, then upload kwa iTax. Itaenda haraka. Unakuja una upload hapa kwa iTax. Una choose file hapa, una upload, una submit. Itakuwa imeenda hivyo. Sawa? Is that one okay? Is it okay up to that point? Now, the only other thing that is left here for this taxpayer ni kama alikuwa analipa NHIF. So kama alikuwa analipa NHIF, then you will come here to life insurance policy. Say yes. Then come and put those values. Come and give the details of that NHIF. Eka pin ya NHIF hapa. Pin ya NHIF, you have it, but let me just put an arbitrary one. You have the correct one I've shared with you. Come and put pin ya NHIF hapa. Eka NHIF. Alafu, type of policy, please choose health. Then, eka NHIF number ya huyu mtu. Then, policy holder ni yeye mwenyewe. Policy holder ni self. Then, commencement date, eka 01, 1st of January 2022 to the end of the year, to 31st of December 2022. Yes, I put 21st. That is bad. To 31st of January 2022. Then I come here. And I'll be able to insert here. This should be sum assured. So how much is the sum assured? The total premium. Yes. For somebody who is earning 24,000 per month, how much is the NHIF contribution per month? How much is the NHIF contribution per month for somebody who earns 24,000? Somebody confirm very fast. How much should they contribute every month? How much? And remember, NHIF is not an allowable deduction against your gross pay. Don't deduct NHIF at NHIF unatoa. It's not an allowable deduction. 700. So 700 times 12 ni ngapi for the whole year? 700 times 12 inakuja 8,400, right? Put that one there. Hapa pia eka 8,400. Yes. Put 8,400. So that you can see the system has already calculated the relief for you, 1260. The system has calculated the relief for you, which is a figure of 1260. So see the final figure here. See the final figure here. You see it is still 0. Unaona hapa bado ni 0. You see the final figure hapa bado ni 0. Are you able to see this? Are you able to see this? So you must feel it doesn't enjoy the benefit of this relief sana, because at the end of the day, his tax payable, his tax due is still 0, right? So please, somebody earning 5,000, somebody earning 10,000, somebody earning 15,000, somebody earning 24,000, 22,000, please inform them accordingly that they need to file their return. They will not suffer any tax due at all, because there's no pay that is due on their what? On their pay. But they need to be compliant. They need to file their incomes. Whether it is 6,000 per month, please file it. Sawa. I hope that is okay. I do hope that that is basically okay. Maybe the last bit, the very last bit, ama mmechoka. Ningewaonyesha the last bit, but that one I think I've even showed. The last bit ni kama mtu ako tu na unemployment income, like alilipwa as consultancy instead of employment income, alilipwa kama consultancy. Kama ile kesi ya Janet Mungai, maana hiyo kesi ya Janet Mungai, please just remove all the employment income. That Janet Mungai will only pay the 1.69 employment income. Assume employment income haiko. So kama unalipwa consultancy, then you are supposed to declare that business income, declare the gross amount, claim the expenses, get the 30%, for withholding, leave out the balance to carry at the end of the year. Kama ni consultancy na si employment. Umeelewa hiyo? Have you understood that one? Kama ni consultancy, kama ni training management, at the end of the year, watu wakifile return, just declare the total amount you received. If it is 2 million, declare 2 million. Claim the expenses vile tumeclaim hapo vile mmeona. So huyu hatakuwa na employment income. Employment itakuwa 00, meaning this sheet F haitakuwa na kitu. This sheet M haitakuwa na kitu. Chenye tutakuwa na kitu tu ni hapa tu. Unaona hapa? Only here, itakuja sema kuna business income. Then you will fill the details of that consultancy or management. Then you declare the total income you received. You claim the expenses. After claiming the expenses, then you deduct the withholding which you are deducted at source. Okay. Now let me take questions. I can see time is gone. I'll send one last P9 in your group. Please do it to your perfection so that tomorrow when we meet, I show you how to upload real time in iTax. Hiyo ni kazi kidogo, hiyo ni kazi dakika 5. So make sure you get the concepts right. Make sure you get the figures right. Make sure you get everything in that return correct, so that mkinitumia nisi-upload ewa tafadhali. Yes, make sure mkinitumia I'm not loading what? I'm not loading hot air. I'm actually loading something that is actually a good return that can go to the system. So make sure you file that return accordingly, because I believe tomorrow we have a class at 8. That is the assignment that I'll give you. Sawa. Kama uko na swali tafadhali uliza. Let me turn my video on. If you have a question, please ask. Kuna mtu ako na swali? I hope you can see my live video. Any question, please? Any question? So tomorrow, once I send you the P9 form, allow me to stop.